Hi, Rob Howard here again for EFL Talks, Talk for Teachers, and we're off to Paris today, where we have a friend of mine, Pascal Archimede, and Pascal is an ESL trainer, and he's going to talk to us today about music and using music to boost motivation and positive results in the class. And I met Pascal on Facebook, I think over a year ago when we've been talking. So we finally got him here as a talker. And Pascal, welcome. Thanks for being here.
Thank you, Rob. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I've always been convinced of the motivational value of music in language teaching and learning, and this is the reason why I have made it my #1 professional priority. My name is Pascal Archimede, or Pascal Archimede. I've been an ESL trainer for more than 10 years now. I'm also a pedagogical engineer, and I have implemented a training sequence within which music is the main educational tool. This approach, which is now part of my professional practice, has been the subject of a book published in French in 2014, entitled Musique en formation linguistique professionnelle. Then it got published in 2015 under the title Music in Professional Language Training. Some of you might say, learning and teaching English with music? Obvious. My answer is not that much. Why? Because through my various teaching experiences, I have noticed that the more we advance within the school system, especially the French one, the less music is used. Personally, I had excellent results using it in primary and in secondary schools, so I said to myself, why not use it in a professional context with corporate objectives? To present this approach, I will first tell you about the genesis of this project, then I will show you how it's been built and analyzed. During this experiment, I was working with two groups, one composed of job seekers and the other one comprised of employees in the hotel industry. In terms of programs, we had seen the present tenses with the trainees' habits and current situations, the past tenses with their socio-professional backgrounds, and the next target was the future tenses with their socio-professional projects. We had 8 hours to reach those objectives. Here is the diagram I had in mind to carry out this project. My idea was to use a song by the trainee's favorite artist. Once the artist was chosen, I had to find a song in line with the educational objectives, and then design activities to develop and reinforce the 4 language skills, which are, as you all know, reading, listening, writing, and speaking, while adding a cultural touch. In the current situation, the trainees chose Sade, an English-speaking artist, and I selected the song When Am I Going to Make a Living from the album Diamond Light, released in 1984. To make it short, this is the story of someone who had faced difficulties in life and who was now projecting into the future. After telling you about the genesis of this project, it seems relevant to show you how this training sequence was implemented and built up. It's been analyzed from a pedagogical engineering standpoint. To do so, I got inspired by the 5 pedagogical engineering stages, which are diagnosis, design, development, management, and evaluation. The diagnosis step is an upstream stage of paramount importance because it allows to identify the public, their motivation, and the training objectives set by the sponsors of the training course. The design stage identifies the educational objectives, the educational means such as the methods, tools, resources, and equipment used to reach those objectives. And it's also the opportunity to explain why music is used in this training sequence and to deal with the impact of music on learners, as well as the links between music and memory. The development step explains how music is used and how the sequence has been built and designed. The management stage describes the animation in the field and how it actually happened. As many of you know, fortunately or unfortunately, it never happens the way we had planned it. This stage also describes the external monitoring of the pedagogical action, which includes contacts with my colleagues, but also with the participants. The evaluation step allows to assess the training action in terms of pedagogical productivity. Regarding the cost factors, this approach doesn't necessarily require a huge financial investment and may generate interest among learners. In terms of result factors, we've had a 90% success rate and a 100% satisfaction rate. By 90% success rate, I mean that 90% of the trainees have reached the objectives set at the beginning of this training sequence, and 100% are satisfied with this approach. To put it in a nutshell, I think that all capacities of music today as a pedagogical tool are not fully exploited in language training. This musical approach definitely boosts learners' motivation and provides positive results in terms of language learning. Just to remind you, 90% success rate and 100% satisfaction rate. This method was originally implemented in an English professional training context. However, it can suit all ages and all languages. Through this scheme, my goal is to combine business with pleasure and to make a contribution to this still under construction building, which is language teaching and learning today. This book, which is today the only one on a platform like Amazon to cover this topic, was originally published in French, then in English, and I definitely hope that it will be translated into additional languages. Just for the anecdote, following the publication of the books, I've been contacted by some media, mainly TV, press, and radio, that heard about the method and which wanted to know more about it. Consequently, I've been a featured guest on a few TV and radio shows, and the method has been the subject of press articles. I've also been invited to present this approach at conferences on foreign languages teaching. In 2015, I was in Florence, in Italy, and also at the University of Toulouse, in the south of France. In 2016, I was invited at the University of London Union, and much more is still to come. So, I'm also taking the opportunity to invite you all to take a look at my YouTube channel, Pascal Archimede or Pascal Archimede, where 400 subscribers are already waiting for you, and to check the Facebook page of the book, which is the same title as in French, Musique en formation linguistique professionnelle, which already has more than 5,000 followers. I will end up my presentation with a couple of reviews about the book. I thank you all for your attention. Thanks a lot again.